Hello, my name is Austin Schuler, and I will be discussing Saudi Arabia, how climate change has impacted them, and what actions they are taking to fight it. Saudi Arabia is a relatively large country located in the Middle East. In fact, Saudi Arabia is geographically the largest country in this region. This country is primarily a desert that is very dry and experiences temperature extremes. Vegetation is sparse, and the life that is here has adapted to surviving in these very harsh conditions. The desert may sound unappealing, but there is something very valuable found below the surface. That is vast amounts of oil. Saudi Arabia is located on a massive oil field. One-fifth of the known attainable oil in the world is located in Saudi Arabia. Since the discovery of this oil, their economy has flourished and their country is now dependent on petroleum. The dominant belief in Saudi Arabia is Islam, and the government of this nation is an absolute monarchy. Additionally, Saudi Arabia is unique when compared to many other countries that have not experienced an oil boom. The social norms in this country are becoming more westernized and liberal. For example, women can now drive and get licenses, whereas they could not 10 years ago. Many people see this transition from old values to new norms as a big steps towards total equality in this region. So far, climate change has not had a very significant impact on Saudi Arabia. The country is mostly desert, and the rise in temperature has not yet had a large impact on the already dry, hot climate. However, that will not be the case in the future. Although the life in this desert has adapted to the extreme conditions, they may not be able to withstand a significant change. Climate change could lead to this area receiving less precipitation less often in some of the driest regions, and the plants and animals that already have access to minimal water may not be able to live with even less than they are already receiving. Additionally, it is more likely that on the few occasions that Saudi Arabia will receive rain in the future, it will rain very hard. It is likely that it will rain so hard that most of the water will just turn to runoff, and it will flood farmlands, cities, and villages and take many lives with it. Although Saudi Arabia is well known for their vast amounts of oil and their economy depends on this oil, they are beginning to move away from the production of oil and shift into renewable energy sources. They're making this change for a couple of reasons. First, they realize that climate change is bad, and they know it will hit their country hard and create even more of a water scarcity than they already have. Second, they know that they only have a limited amount of oil. Currently, their supplies are only predicted to last about 80 more years, and they do not want their country and their economy to crash when they run out. By switching to renewable energy, Saudi Arabia is using a mitigation technique to fight climate change, and they are adapting to the truth that their economy can only be sustainable for a few more decades. Thank you.